What's going on, everybody? Cam Underwood back here at the Voice of College Football, back with another recruit breakdown because, as has happened the last 3 weeks previously, Miami got another commitment on Saturday. This time, the Great Wall of Mirabal continues to add a cornerstone in massive Fort Myers offensive tackle Joel Ervin. This kid, before I get started, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. All these videos are going up after every commit. And there's even more that you can find from me and my great staff at stateoftheu.com. So please come on over and fan with us. Thanks for being here, and let's get into it. Joel Ervin is a gigantic human being. He is a prototypical tackle, the kind that every team in America wants and that Miami has really worked hard to have on the roster. In years gone by, we would have guard types playing tackle, your Casey McDermott's and your Trevor Darlings of the world. To an extent, even last year with Jalen Rivers. But Jalen Rivers has tackle measurables. I mean, he's 6'5.5", long arms, things like that. Getting to Joel Ervin, this weekend's commit, this kid is huge. He's 6'6.5", 330 pounds, and he's every single bit of those measurements. I've heard that he has like 11-inch hands and 35, 36-inch arms as well. So he has massive mitts. He has prototypical length. If you're paying attention to the NFL draft, you know that to really stick at tackle in the NFL, your arms need to be 33 inches or longer. And that's like and Joel Ervin clears that by a couple of inches in terms of each arm, and then his wingspan is massive. So this is absolutely the kind of player that Miami needs at tackle. You pair him with previous commit Ben Congdon, 6'8", 295 pounds right now. So basically you got 6'7" and 6'8" already at tackle in this class committed. Irvin has a little bit more bulk to him right now than Congdon because Congdon does wrestling and is very good at it. I think he came in 6th in Ohio in the state championships. But Joel Ervin is a kid that Miami's been pushing for a while. It's recently really come to the light that Miami's been pushing, but behind the scenes, it's been reported elsewhere, and I've had conversations with some people that I know that, that was a name that's been on Miami's board, arguably at the top of Miami's board at offensive tackle, and that's exclusive of Kenny Pepe and Jackson Cantwell. Those kids either or both want in those 5-star tackles, you take them. But even in that same rarefied air, Joel Ervin has been thought. This is a kid who, credit to Louisville, they do some really good early evaluations. He was committed there. They were one of his first offers. He committed, Joel Ervin did, to Louisville about a year ago on March 4th, 2024. Stayed committed to the Cardinals all the way through his junior season. And then that's really when you saw the big-time teams start coming around. Miami did this with Cole McConaughey, who had been previously committed to Louisville early. Thanks, let me go get that. There have been other guys as well. And Louisville does a really good job in Florida of finding guys that have talent and projectability. I mean, even though McConaughey's from somewhere else, but you get my point. But unfortunately for them, sometimes when the big teams start sniffing around, things go in a different direction. And I don't want to get into debate about it. I know you're going to say Teddy Bridgewater. I know you're going to say Lamar Jackson. Those are separate concerns and conversations. We can have those another time. Focusing back on Joel Ervin, Miami, Georgia, USC, Florida, Florida State are among the teams that were heaviest in their recruit. Once they finally saw him, said, whoa, hey, wait, we need this guy. And think what you want about the current iterations of those teams. Those are all super premium major brands, including and especially Georgia, which is arguably at the top of the pack in terms of their recruiting and just program status presently. So Miami pushed to get Joel Ervin. He decommitted a couple of weeks ago, actually a week ago today on Monday, the 24th of March, as I'm recording this on the 31st. And then he went down to campus last weekend with his whole entire family for the spring practice session, which was a scrimmage session, and the elite recruit invite-only pool party on Saturday. And after being there with his whole family, seeing everything, hearing from the coaches how they want to use him, all the recruiting stuff, he finally committed to the Miami Hurricanes, did Joel Ervin on Saturday. And that was another Cam midday Saturday nap, which you all know always pretty much engenders a commitment. So you're welcome for that. And before we get into the film, which I know that you guys are here for, I really want to impress upon you that this kid is elite. You're going to see it. You're going to see the size, first of all. This is a kid who projects as a major starter at the Power 4, Power 5 level, whatever you want to call it. I know he's the first commitment in Miami's 2026 recruiting class that is not currently rated as a blue chip talent. He is currently a 3-star. The first 6 were all 4 stars or above. And I know, and I saw some idiot fans of other teams on Twitter, 3-stario, Mario, all he does is get, 3 stars and go look at the size. We're going to watch the film. And then when you consider what Miami's done at offensive line with recruiting and development, and they themselves think Joel Ervin is among the best offensive tackles in the country this year, it's easy to see he could be a 4-star, high 4-star. I don't know if he could get to 5-star status, but he has all of the performance, size, strength, projectability traits where 5-star status as a recruit is not out of the realm of possibilities. So I know that there are going to be some people who are only focused on current recruiting stars who might be underwhelmed by saying, oh, well, Joel Ervin is a 3-star. When we watch the film, when you think about what Miami does with their evaluations and development on offensive line, I think that you're going to be pleased. So that's a little bit of a preamble. And now I've actually taken notes before. Well, I'd always watched the film before, but we're going to watch 10 plays of Joel Ervin. I'm going to link the huddle in the description of this video so you can go and watch all of it. I don't think that you need to watch more than 10 plays to understand what I'm talking about. But from the top, here we go. All right. So Joel Ervin, the highlights are here. Let me make this full screen for you, or for me. So the first thing you're going to notice, he's here behind number 28 at left tackle. He's going to pull on, I don't know if you want to call this power read, or I call it inverted veer, but he's going to come over and he's going to be in this C gap all of a sudden looking and finding work. And when you see him popping up on a second level defender, that's a scary sight. So yeah, they're running Wildcat inverted veer. Bang. So you have Joel Ervin against number 8. Sad days. Same play, different angle. And GG's. Just easy. And that's easy power from a man that big against, a high school linebacker, which in most cases are really like safety sized. So imagine him like on that screen pass that Francis Mauinoa got out on the edge and destroyed a safety on a touchdown play. This is basically what you're looking at. Right? Third play. First of all, look at the size here. He's going to be blocking number 0 on a run play that's going to come his way. So they're going behind him. Even with another offensive lineman behind him, you can see just the level. I know he's leaning already a little bit, but just look at the size. Look at the size. And Jesus, who is 78 on the interior of this team they're playing? My God. Anyways, sorry. Back to Joel Ervin. They're running his way, coming at number 0. Good night. You're just going for a ride. You're just going for a ride. And then he's on top of you. Cool. This one. This is actually, there's a tight end outside of him. And he's actually going to be blocking this defender coming inside towards the inside of the defensive line on an inside kind of a run. He ends up around here-ish with a pancake. So he drives the guy. You're going to see it. But gets his hands on him, keeps his feet moving, shows the power, nice and easy. Boom, GG's. You're going for a ride, buddy. Going for a ride. Going for a ride. See, good night. Play 6. Oh, yeah. This defender right here. Or no, this is play 5. Sorry. This is a stretch play coming his way. This defender is going to have a really bad time. And you can already see the size right there in his stance. There you go. Hands on him. Good night. And he tried to set the edge and stop moving. You're not going to stop him from moving you. It's just that easy. You get a down block pancake here. This is, oh yeah, no, this is nasty. Again, he's playing left tackle. Good night. Just good night. Again, look at the size. Look at the size. Look at the size. This kid is massive. He's going to get to the second level on this one. And you've seen already multiple times of the mobility of someone at basically 6'7", 330 to go along with the technique, to go along with the power, to go along with all these other things. He's going to get to the second level and get to a linebacker here, which, you know, hey, not bad from Mr. Irvin. Shows good bend to get into his stance at that size as well. Shed, boom, he's on 54. Good night. And then they cut it back and actually score. But if they kept it play side, they didn't need to because there was the ability to go to the backside. But play side 54, he's not getting off of Joel Ervin. There's just you're not going to do anything. This one again, you can just see the size. Yeah. So first of all, again, he's massive. I know I've said it a lot, but you need to have tackle types to play tackle in college. You don't need guard types playing tackle. That's a thing from a Miami gone past. This you have the guys who hit and exceed the physical markers for the position. I believe this defensive end is going to end up all the way on the sideline, not by his own volition, but because this man takes him all the way out there. Good footwork. Boom. Yep. And you're just going to go for a ride. Good night. See ya. Bye. See ya. Bye. See ya. Bye. All the way. And I'm not going to rewind it because you know what happens with my internet when I do that. But he started on the hash here, or maybe just outside, and took him all the way to the sideline. It's 20 something yards. And yeah, again, with just the mismatch of size and strength, there's nothing that you can do with that. I mean, there's a lot that Miami can do with him on the offensive line, but the high school defenders and even college defenders, well, it won't be as dramatic at the college level. But yeah, when he gets his hands on you, that's going to be a bad day. This one, again, we're going to showcase a little bit of mobility. He's going to mirror this linebacker right here. You see that right over. So this is Joel Ervin here. This is the linebacker that he's going to mirror as we're getting into another run play. And then pancake. This last one is one of my favorites. The defense, I didn't really chart out what the defense did, but long story short, they go somewhere away from Joel Ervin, who, again, you can just tell the size right here. And he ends up on this linebacker again. Why? Because he stood there and he's looking and he's looking and he keeps his feet moving and he goes to find work, which I love with my offensive linemen. Don't just stay there. Keep your head on the swivel. Figure out somewhere. Go get somebody. He goes to get Lil Buddy, pancakes him. And yeah, again, this is just physically imposing. I'm dominating the player who's across from me. It could be the defensive end. It could be the linebacker. In this case, it's the linebacker. And it goes, this is great for him. Sad day for Buddy on the yellow and white team. Look, found the work. And then finishes it and gets flagged. That was the part I was going to leave to the end. I understand why you're throwing that, especially at the high school level. Hey, play through the echo of the whistle. My job is to block a guy, to take him out of the play, to not allow him. Because imagine had Irvin not finished that block. The stretch play goes to the right. They spring it up the sideline. All of a sudden, he gets up and goes to chase the guy down, and they don't score. I know that's not what happened, but that's a thing that can happen. We've seen it happen, especially at the college level. Where the backside defender has the last, what do they call it? The pursuit drill. So he takes the furthest angle, and all of a sudden gets there, and you're like, oh my God, why did you quit? Why did you not finish that? And that's a time, on the backside, you're thinking a wide receiver, tight end, offensive lineman. Why didn't you finish that? That's not a thing we got to worry about with Joel Ervin, because he finished it right there. So those are the first 10 plays on Joel Ervin's huddle highlight for his junior season. Again, that'll be linked in the description below. And the State of the U, I did write and post this morning the Welcome to the U piece for Joel Ervin. Again, this is a major player. This is a very, very good get. Basically a week to flip from Louisville. And again, congratulations to Louisville for the early evaluation, because that's a little bit on how they have to build their program. Because when they go toe-to-toe recruiting with the big boys, these kind of things happen. But good on them for the early evaluation. Good on Miami to then find and see Joel Ervin quickly and start making moves through last season and then getting him committed to this class. 7 commitments now for Miami, 2 of them at offensive tackle, with I think maybe 3 or 4 more offensive linemen coming in this class. I wrote it in my numbers and needs piece on State of the U, but this year is a massive year for offensive line because the class that you signed 3 years ago is starting to transition out. So whether that's Francis Mauigoa going to the draft, or the Samson Okunlola now as a redshirt sophomore, kind of finding his footing, a couple other guys in that class and everything. But basically, you had those 2 5-stars and Anez Cooper also, who's been starting at right guard next to Francis Mauigoa for the entire 3 years. I think maybe he comes back as a senior, but if he has a really strong season, there's a possibility that he leaves as well. So your starting right side that you got and recruits, set it and forget it for 3 years, they are on their way out of the program. So you need to start to recycle elite talent. I know that we've gotten some bodies in the previous years on offensive line, but this is a legendary recruiting year in the state of Florida for offensive line. You see that with a guy like Joel Ervin, who's only a 3-star. I guarantee you at the next major update on he's going to be a 4-star. Period. You saw the film yourselves, guys. So he's going to go up the rankings. Ben Congdon, Miami went, deep into, Big Ten territory into Ohio to go get him, and others are on the board as well. So this is a very, very good cornerstone get for this class. And I think that you could still chase down elite players like a Jackson Cantwell, like a Kenny Pepe at tackle as well, even already having 2 of them in this class. So this is a really great get for Miami. I cannot say it enough. I'm very excited about Joel Ervin to see where he continues to develop. He has elite size, elite strength, and very good potential moving forward to the college level. So this has been your breakdown with me, Cam Underwood, again, managing editor of State of the U. Please go over there and fan with us. The Welcome to the U piece on Joel Ervin and all of our other commitments are up there already, with plenty more of Miami Hurricanes commentary and analysis. We're here at the Voice of College Football with these videos and many more. So be sure that you like and subscribe. Click on the profile and go walk around and see the other videos that we have, and then share it with a friend. We'll be back soon. See you guys.